Obviously, there's no ICC or PS mark on that helmet that he's wearing, so it's considered as unauthorized or substandard. But he has just brought out a proper helmet from his motorcycle. And this is what I told people before.
Kasi yan, katulad yan, tinikita ka na.
Dito lang ako kasi sir papasok.
Kaya nga, kahit saan kayo pupunta. Katulad yan, may maganda kang helmet, ba't tayo mo gamitin? Ang ganda-ganda ng motor, ang ganda ng helmet mo, hindi mo gamitin.
I don't know what's going on recently, but why do we keep encountering cars parked on pedestrian crossings? It's like some people just do not even care anymore. Zero care given. That's a nice way of putting it, right? Compared to what I was thinking. The tow truck is here now, and my hope is that they pick it up before the driver comes. Otherwise, it's just a standard 1,000 peso ticket. And the truth is, a lot of people do not learn from those tickets. Just see there's a fire hydrant here, and then there's a tricycle parked right there. You're not allowed to park within 4 meters of a fire hydrant. And you'll notice that there's even a yellow box painted here to keep people away, so that when the fire truck comes, he can pull up and connect. And in fact, I don't know if it's this exact road, but it was a road in this area where during an MMDA operation, a clearing operation, there was a big fire and the fire trucks were rushing through. And the only reason why they got through so easily is because the MMDA had just cleared the area. Someone did come out and claim both of these tricycles, as well as one that was allegedly illegally parked on the other side. But they're not the driver. So what they need is drivers to have a license. They can take a ticket and move them. Otherwise, they'll obviously go up on the tow trucks. This one here is already going up on the tow truck, and that's probably for the best, because if you issue a ticket for 1,000 pesos, a lot of people just do not care. Like you saw earlier, right? The vehicle was ticketed last time, and it was ticketed again today. It would be better if it increased. So 1,000 the first time, then 2,000 or 3,000 the second time, and keep increasing it, right? To really deter people from illegal parking. And look at that, now the school children can use the pedestrian crossing. Isn't that better? So there were a couple of guys that came and went, I think pretty much stalling for time, but it looks like the two true drivers have now arrived, the guy in the black shirt and the guy in the white shirt. So as long as they can show a license, it will just be a ticket. They just flagged down this gentleman here riding without a helmet. He's carrying it instead of wearing it. One more rider flagged down there, obviously driver and passenger without helmet. Anyway, both of those drivers did have a license, so it's just a ticket and they'll be advised to push the bike unless they're wearing helmets. Oh, there you go. The owner of the car just arrived now, the one that was parked on the pedestrian crossing. The good thing is you can now cross the road safely and go and pick up the impound notice. There you go. I mean, I do feel for people that have their vehicles impounded, but when you park so blatantly on a pedestrian lane, it's really something else. No parking this side, and then a very nice Porsche. There's always expensive cars parked here. Well, not always, but more times than I can care to remember. I've seen all kinds of luxury vehicles parked here. I guess there's probably a repair shop nearby, because it would explain why we often see vehicles like this, luxury vehicles with damage parked here. You might be thinking that if this gets towed, it's going to be the most expensive vehicle they pulled. They pulled other high-value vehicles like the BMW i8, and then I've seen quite a few Mercedes in the past. Good morning, everyone. MMDA back on the road. Right now, they're writing out a ticket to this vehicle. Looks like the driver just came out now. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same car that was ticketed a couple of weeks ago for parking on the sidewalk. Last time, she took it inside the garage after being ticketed, and I assume she's going to do the same thing today. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, or even if you just drive along this road, you'll know that nearly every single day there are taxis being repaired on the sidewalk. And when they're not on the sidewalk, they're on the bike lane, they're on the road. They usually arrive here on working tires, and then they get their broken ones vulcanized, they rotate, anything else the car needs. It's a constant battle in this area every single day. And here on 17th Street, they just picked up this van, and I know this is going to annoy some people, but I think this has also been ticketed multiple times before. Again, I could be wrong because I haven't memorized every license plate, but it looks like it. This is pretty much the only time you're going to see people not counter-blowing on this road when the MMDA are here. Otherwise, you'd see a whole bunch of tricycles and motorcycles counter-blowing right now. Saw that lady walking in the road a moment ago. The reason being, there's a truck on the sidewalk. I can see the tow truck's already connected to it, so they'll be able to pull that out the way. It's not just vehicles. Look, even the sidecar is just dumped here, fully obstructing the sidewalk. I heard the MMDA calling for the SCOG team to go here and pick it up. If you're wondering what happened when that driver saw the enforcers up ahead, he told his passenger to go down because she wasn't wearing a helmet. But it's too late, they already saw it. If you put both of those violations on the ticket, it's 2,000 pesos. She said there's no owner here, but they want to take it inside. Nobody has the key for it either. Judging from all the garbage around this, I'm guessing it might not have moved for quite a while. So I don't know what's going to happen. Probably the SCOG team will cut the lock for them and then let them take it inside. That guy's actually counterflowing. Obviously there's no plate on the back. Even if he doesn't have his plate from LTO, he should have a temporary plate. I turned my back for a moment. They already loaded it onto the truck. Personally, I think that's the right decision. And look, now the sidewalk is clear again. It's not ideal having the water meters there, but still, this is better. The lady was asking how she can get this back. So they advised her you have to go to the MMDA office, get a clearance, and then collect it from the dumping area. If items keep getting confiscated, they just won't give you a clearance anymore because it means you're just doing the same thing over and over again. This road has a one-side parking ordinance, but there's actually vehicles parked on both sides of the road. The drivers are now obviously coming out because the enforcers are issuing tickets, and a lot of people want to move their vehicle before they get a ticket or before they get towed. And it's not just the road, but even the sidewalk itself. It's amazing how quickly a road can be cleared when drivers know the MMDA are there. But if they don't see the enforcers and they don't see the tow truck, they'll pretty much just obstruct the road and sidewalk for as long as they feel like. And all around these streets, you'll find empty lots like this, which were turned into paid parking or leased parking. This is another street that has one-side parking, so they're allowed on the left, but not on the right. That's why the towing crew are making a video to document any damage on this vehicle, and then they'll put it up on the tow truck. If the owner doesn't come running out and say, "I'm here," again, there are signs that say no parking this side. They know. People don't come out and say, "Oh, I didn't know." They just say, "Well, I couldn't find a space, so I parked here anyway." Because a lot of people rely on the road. They don't have a garage. They don't want to give up space on their own property. So they rely on the public road. And look at the sidewalk next to the car. There appears to be some kind of extended wall. And then they got laundry baskets, a table. What an absolute headache for pedestrians. And obviously that's going to Tomana in Marikina City. See the little old lady? I just heard her say thank you to the enforcer. Maybe she's also fed up of having to go around SUVs that have taken over the public sidewalk. And there it goes, up the truck. So far no one has arrived. I was expecting that the driver might arrive just by the time it's going up on the tow truck, but nope. And I just saw the enforcer knocking on the window here. It seems like they were sleeping inside the taxi. This is meant to be the sidewalk of EDSA, a major highway.